All right, this is a 2006 KX65. Got the crank out. She's pretty toasty. I mean, it does actually move though. You know, just the crank bearing itself don't. So I just got me a little low-speed drill. It's got one of those brass wheels on it, real slow, and cleaned out this case here. And we'll pop that seal out. Main thing is just to get any foreign objects out. You may have a little bit of a stain or something, so you can only do so much. You don't want to take no metal off. There's something down in there. We'll spray it out real good. We're gonna pop that seal off and get the rest of that in there. Alright, we're going to heat this case up around this bearing and see if we can't pop it out from the other side. I mean, it's warm. Let's see if we can't. I'm going to use a couple of punches. And we'll just start on the bearing one side. See if we can hear it loosen up. I'd like to do north, south, east, west. It's out. That sucker's warm. We'll get the seal out. That should just pop on out pretty easily. There it goes. So we got the bearing and the seal out, and that sucker's hot, so we're gonna let that cool down for a little while. And then we'll start cleaning it all up and get ready to put some stuff in there. We're gonna get our new crank. We've got all the seals for it, so are we going to tear the whole thing apart, transmission, everything? We'll double check that before we decide. And I can't remember if this was actually... So this has got two bearings. We'll stick these in the freezer and they'll shrink up, and then we can just drop them down in there. And then we'll put the crank in. So let's put the bearings in the freezer. They should be in a plastic bag so they won't get much condensation on them. I'll leave them in there for a few hours. Alright, so I got my seal in there. It's already stuck in there. New seals in there, there, and there. And I'm going to use this old bearing and see if I can just torque north, south, east, west and drop it down in there.
Sick like a dog.
Alright, so pull this other bearing out of the freezer. Let's see if we can get her in there. I'll wipe this off. I knocked some dirt in it the last time. Had to clean it all out. And ouch. Yeah, that's solid. All right. Got the crank in the freezer, so we'll do that next. I'm gonna use some brake cleaner and clean both of these out real good. Alright, so I don't know if you can see it or not, but I've had this crank in the freezer. It's got a little frostiness on it. So my crank pin is down here, and I went and got a bunch of feeler gauges and got this because I want support on this. I'm gonna have to hammer her down in there. It's pretty cold, so maybe it'll go down pretty easy. I'm gonna put my nut on here. I'm hoping I can just tap it a few times and it'll go. I wish I had a wood block. Wood block would be good. I'm going to use a rubber mallet. See if it'll go. Getting pretty close. There should be a clearance in between these two, so I probably need to check that out too. About hit my deal there. Let me find out what my clearance is supposed to be there. I've got another set of filling gauges. Alright, got everything on there. Went ahead and put sealing all over this side. Should be good. Should be good, be. We've got lots of little shafts in here, so it may not just pop right on. We may have to do a little moving. Alright, bolts will suck it down now. Alright, getting some of these bolts run down. Should all be flush now. Alright, so I got the case. When I took this apart, I scratch-awed right here next to where the motor mounts was, one there and one there. This is where you actually set it to. So I didn't realize there's another place to mount a coil. So you could literally put a light coil on this and run lights and stuff on your KX65. Pretty sweet. Alright, I'm just going to use the old impact here and hit it about 4 times. It should be plenty. Probably about 27 foot-pounds. Crank moves good. We're ready to put the cover on. It's supposed to be like 7 foot-pounds, I think. It's plastic. Alright, so I put in this gear. There's my water pump gear underneath there. And this is going to take a snap ring right there. Put the clutch in, so I'll clean that up a little bit there. Let's go ahead and get this little girl hooked up. How'd that gonna work? Or wait, does it go that way? Maybe it does go the other way. I'm probably gonna screw this one up again. Out of just awesomeness. Oh yeah. So this one goes like this. Let's see. Like that. There we go. What? I gotta pop that in there first. It seems extremely long. Alright. Alright. That ain't right. It can't be. Can't be. Flip it around the other way. Gotta be this way. That'll right under the gear. Let's see if we can get it back on this thing. Popped in our seal down there. We're good. Now, got one more seal to change. Give me some chicken noodle soup because I'm sick. All right, where's the other seal? All right, she's in. All right, so we got a washer there, then our little guide thingamajigger, and our clutch thingamajigger. All right, got my snap ring back on here. That's impacted down. Everything's, crank's moving real good. So we're ready to put the cover on. The cup cover. We do need to lube this a little bit because we're gonna run it through both these seals. I'm probably just gonna use a little two-stroke lube. A little dallable, do you? Just put it on my shaft, especially right there at the edge where it's gonna hit that seal, and I want to be disrespectful. Get our water pump fan on here. Try to. Some Loctite. It's a plastic gear, so that's good. Got Loctite on it. All right. So let's get the water pump on. And it's got one little dowel pin here and one over there. So you can, that looks long enough there. Let's get that one mounted up. Gootin' plenty. And just do it with my 1/4 inch. I think it's about 7 or 8 pounds on these. All right, so we're reusing our gasket, I guess. And listening to the news in the other room. All right, got the piston in. Got oil on it. Clean that off and get some nuts on there. All right, got the motor pretty much assembled. Put the head on. I'm pretty sure I bought a gasket kit, but I sure don't know where the heck it's at. So I gotta reuse my stuff. Is what it is. Is what it is. Hopefully that's just the pins rocking back and forth. Something ain't warped. Like my sense of humor. I think these are about 30 pounds, something like that. Or good and plenty. Maybe they're 27. All right. Yep. So figure out where my spark plug went. Or get a new one, I guess. Well, that's the motor. Next thing is to put it in.